Peni Parker has a brand new skin. This is pretty exciting. I mean, look, there's other things to be excited about, like the beta next month, but I thought this was really cool because there's some art comparisons that I do want to share with you. So there's some really cool things I want to break down in this particular trailer, which I'm playing on screen right now. I'm just going to give you the playthrough, then we'll kind of break down some stuff, but also talk about some design comparisons, because in this video, there are some sick things that happen, which are just mind-blowing with how Peni Parker is performing, or Spider is performing. Some kind of tanky stuff, but there. Did you see that? It's on screen now. It's a fantastic new skin. It's always cool to see the collide of people that have obviously played Overwatch with people that are Marvel fans, but also people that are anime fans, especially if you go way back into the 90s. Because a lot of people are like, in the comments, which you can see here, are like, a diva there. For those that don't know, back in 2014, which actually is 2 years before Overwatch was actually a game that was put out, and that doesn't tie into like the costume and the art, but there's something that we have to come back to in a minute about that particular skin. But anybody that doesn't know, Gerard Way, who was of My Chemical Romance fame, was the person who I think co-created or definitely had a hand in this particular comic book coming to, like, I think it was like Edge of the Spider-Verse or something. And if you've seen the recent kind of Into the Spider-Verse films, of course you've seen the character, but you've seen it in a very different kind of a look. Whether or not we get a skin of this version, difficult to say. And another game that I play called Marvel Contest of Champions, there is a version that is more kind of similar to what you saw just then from a comic book perspective. For those that don't know, this is the version that was the alt skin you could get. I think the further you go down with the character, the more levels you unlock, you know, the more that you get to unlock, and that was the skin that you got, the alt skin, which is like green as a theme. This one's very different and actually changes some sort of structure to the Spider mech suit. And yes, it does look a little bit like Diva to a certain degree. However, this looks more like Evangelion, which you can just see from the way that it just looks like Evangelion. It just looks like that kind of mech suit. We'll look at the comparisons in a minute, but I just want to shout out the fact that Marvel Rivals actually changed the design. Like, they've kind of changed the hair of Peni Parker and the suit, the spider suit or mech or whatever you want to call it. So that's good, because if we go back to this image right here, you can see there's not really much in the way of change from the character from the red design right the way through to the green design. So they're actually, you know, changing and making things different. And that's the thing about making these skins. If there's premium like skins to get, then if you're buying something, you want to make sure it actually looks different to the original, so it looks like, you know, decent. Of course, there's where the comparisons are, and a lot of the time obviously people are going like, oh, you know, Peni Parker looks like Diva. Well, you can look at some of the way that the characters are kind of like dressed, their uniforms, their outfits. It's like, yeah, well, this was from the 90s. They do say like mimicry is the sincerest form of flattery. I don't know if that's the case, because people will be like questioning some artwork styles. But imagine if some person on the team is inspired by, like, you know, Diva, inspired by, you know, Evangelion, inspired by different types of anime works, which I think this is going to be the style that we're going to see in the future. Awesome MCU designs as well. Also, shout out to Miller Ross, who pointed out that there's been a change in the animation style between this one and also another one. This, I think, and this is from Val Starlight, I think this is actually from the closed alpha. So this one here, closed alpha, which just shows Peni Parker going up into the air and landing on the hand of Spider with a Spider android bot. But the new animation seems to be very much kind of like whether or not you buy this as a cosmetic, but you're jumping up, heart at the end of it, so it's a slight difference in the animation. But of course we can't escape the fact it's serious EVA Unit 1 vibes. I also don't know if this is the case. Miller does say, and shout out to Miller Ross, we featured Miller Ross many times. We'll put a link in the description to his Twitter. He said Marvel Rivals dropped a new character, which of course we saw with Peni Parker and we've discussed in this video, and it said it's a new look at the upcoming Venom suit cosmetic. Now, to me, that doesn't look very much like Venom, but it could be just like a nod based on color schemes. I don't know. It's weird. It's Marvel Rivals. But before we finish up the video, I just want to talk about some just amazing like damage. This is the first thing. Second thing is the fight with Groot and Rocket. In a moment, you're going to see it where the change happens with the skin. That's cool. But look at Groot and Rocket right at the end there. You can literally just smack them off the side of the building. That was sick. And also the fight with Venom. It's indeed about good times, good vibes, and smacking those two. That's a double kill right there. And it's like, it even comes up with double shot. Anyway, what are your thoughts on what you've seen from this particular trailer? Have you say in the comments. Also, check out the community tab where we've got a cool little poll going, as well as some comments on some really cool ideas for tanks. Vanguard characters that could be very effective in this game. And hey, it's gone Juggernaut's favour, but could you tip it in the other direction? Or do you have a better tank in mind? Have you say? We might even do a video on it, I don't know. Anyway, thanks very much for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe. We're really close to 1,000 subscribers, which is insane. Appreciate you. And I'll see you soon. Bye bye.